a deep, abiding despair. Shadows danced at the edge of his vision, twisting and turning, taking on monstrous shapes that vanished when he turned to face them directly. His confidence began to waver, replaced by a growing sense of unease. Section 5. The Woman with No Face. Raju stumbled upon a clearing just as the sun began to dip below the horizon. It was a small clearing, almost perfectly circular, devoid of any vegetation. In the center stood a solitary figure. It was a woman, dressed in a white sari, her back to him. She stood perfectly still, as if waiting. "Hello?" Raju called out, his voice echoing strangely in the unnatural silence of the clearing. The woman didn't turn, didn't even acknowledge his presence. He took a hesitant step forward, then another. "Are you lost?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper now. "I can help you." He was close enough to touch her now. He reached out a hand intending to place it on her shoulder. That's when she turned. The woman had no face. Where her eyes, nose, and mouth should have been, there was only smooth, blank skin. It was like staring into a void, an abyss that threatened to swallow him whole. Section 6. Lost and running. Raju stumbled back, a scream rising in his throat. He tripped over a root, falling hard on his back. The faceless woman didn't move, didn't react. She simply stood there, her blankness burning into his soul. Scrambling to his feet, Raju ran. He didn't care where he was going, didn't care about the compass or the setting sun. He just ran, fueled by pure, primal terror. The whispers followed him, growing louder, more insistent. The shadows stretched out, their long fingers reaching for him, trying to drag him back into the darkness. Thorns tore at his clothes, branches whipped at his face, but he didn't slow down. He couldn't. The image of the faceless woman was seared into his mind, her emptiness a haunting void. He ran until his lungs burned and his legs screamed for mercy. He ran until he collapsed, gasping for breath at the base of a giant banyan tree, its roots spread out like a protective cage. Section 7. Vanished. Curled up at the base of the tree, Raju sobbed, his body racked with fear. He didn't know how long he stayed there, his only comfort the rhythmic chirping of crickets and the feeling of rough bark against his cheek. Exhaustion finally claimed him, dragging him down into a restless sleep, plagued by nightmares of faceless horrors and whispering trees. When he woke, the first rays of dawn were filtering through the canopy. He was still at the base of the banyan tree, his body stiff and sore. Cautiously, he looked around, half expecting to see the faceless woman standing at the edge of the trees, but there was nothing there. The forest was silent, still. Even the whispers were gone. He slowly got to his feet, his legs trembling. He had to get out of the forest, he had to get home. But as he looked around, he realized with a sinking heart that he didn't recognize his surroundings. The trees seemed different, the undergrowth thicker. He was lost. Section 8. The Search Party and the Necklace. When Raju didn't return by nightfall, his mother raised the alarm. A search party was assembled, their faces grim, their hearts heavy with a dread they couldn't quite name. They ventured into the weeping cursed woods, their torches casting flickering shadows that danced like demons in the night. They searched for 3 days, their calls of Raju's name echoing unanswered through the oppressive silence. Just when hope began to dwindle, one of the searchers stumbled upon something lying on the forest floor. It was a silver necklace, its chain broken. Attached to it was a single milky white stone, carved into the shape of a teardrop. It was the same necklace Raju always wore, a gift from his grandmother. The search continued for another day, but it was becoming increasingly clear that they were searching in vain. With heavy hearts, the villagers returned home, carrying the broken necklace as a grim reminder of their folly. Section 9. The Woods Weep On. The weeping, cursed woods reclaimed its silence, swallowing the echoes of the search party as if they had never been. Raju was never seen again. Some say he wandered the woods, driven mad by his encounter with the faceless woman. Others believe he stumbled upon some ancient magic and was transported to another realm. Whatever his fate, the legend of the weeping cursed woods grew stronger. It served as a chilling reminder of the dangers of youthful arrogance and the importance of respecting the old ways. The villagers whispered of the boy who dared to challenge the forest and paid the ultimate price, and the